Hey, I'm Preston. This is Evan, and we're both pastors at Lake Ridge Community Church. And we love our city, and we love people, and that's why we're wearing pink today, because it's Pink Shirt Day, which is all about talking about bullying and what that's about. So, Evan, do you have any thoughts about bullying and
Pink Shirt Day?
Why you're wearing a pink shirt today?
Yeah, well, I'm wearing a pink shirt today, and to be honest with you, what's interesting about Pink Shirt Day for me is it brings up actually the opposite part of my story in that I actually wouldn't put myself in a category of somebody who was bullied. I'd put myself in a category
You were
of
the
somebody
bully.
who was bullied.
Yeah.
And it's honestly one of the things that I regret the most about my growing up years is that I did things out of most definitely out of my insecurity and my own pain and all those kind of things to somehow mask that, and it was easier to project it onto somebody else,
Sure.
and make somebody else the person that everyone was looking at, and I have deep regrets about the wounds and the hurts, and I hope no one thinks of me today from my own high school experience as I mistreated people.
Yeah.
And so today I sit here and I wear this pink shirt. It's a lady's shirt, and so it's probably good for me. Humbly,
It is a lady's shirt,
It's
actually.
it's a lady's shirt, and I got a nice big old V going on. You're like, check this out. Anyways, it is pink though, and what are you gonna do? But no, seriously, I just it brings up failure for me, and I know that I can do better and I can be better, and so. Yeah, how about you? What do you think when you think about Pink Shirt Day?
Yeah, I was bullied. I had a couple bullies, and I wasn't sure how to deal with them. I remember going home and sitting on my mom's bed and just like crying and saying, "What do I do?" And my dad would say, "Punch them," and my mom would say, "Don't punch them," and I felt stuck. Like my own parents didn't really know how to deal with it. Yeah. But I learned that my childhood bully had, had gone off the deep end later in life and was in deep trouble and was institutionalized and a whole bunch of really awful things.
It probably felt good, huh?
Well, I thought it would feel good when I found out that the guy was like a failure at life, but I didn't. I just felt sad. I was just like, this doesn't need to happen. We don't need to be like that. We can know each other and care for each other, even though I'm a bookwormish guy and. Yeah, so
that's kind of weird. Like in high school, we would not have been friends. And that we're
true.
really good friends now.
That's true.
And so I just think, what did I miss out on even? Now that I'm hopefully a little bit older, a little bit more mature, a little less of a bully.
I have learned every person that you meet has the potential to be a best friend. And if you can see people with those eyes, suddenly it changes everything. Whether you're the bully or the bullied, we just need that kind of imagination. I think, right?
Maybe that's one of the biggest issues with bullying is that it robs the identity of both people. The bully who's acting in a way that actually they are not made for, and for those who are being bullied, that this label or even fear is being placed upon them, and it's like it just brings out the worst in both people. And
and I mean, both of us were pastors and we follow Jesus, and just this way of Jesus was like really countercultural. He was just all about saying love your enemies, which was totally like a foreign concept to so many people. And I think we are learning again, even as we wear these pink shirts, that loving your enemies and trying that whole journey of reconciliation and kind of making relationships good again, like our relationship here, that is really what being human is about and what we were made for, I think.
Yeah. And I do think that it's like, probably one of the most tragic things as I watch now as a pastor, and I worked with teenagers for so many years, is that bullying creates isolation. It makes people feel alone in their struggle. And when I look at our city and I think, well, what are the things, the big things that go on in our city, I see on a lot of levels there's a lot of loneliness, and this is one of those issues that creates loneliness, and in particular in our students, but also among adults, and that's the tragic nature, because it doesn't need to be that way. That if you're being bullied, and even if you are bullying, who is there to talk to about that, and how do you work that through? And the reality is there are people that would love to do that, and I would be happy to be those kinds of people. and with some honesty and truth, I really think we can do better in our city and all over the place. This isn't just a Chestermere thing, but yeah, I know some kids in our city who are being bullied, and it's unfortunate. Yeah. It's very sad.
It's done. So we're gonna call that out and say no more bullying, and you're not alone, and sport the pink.
Yeah,
right.
Wear a girl shirt if you need to, because it's important.
Love it. Amen. Thank you.
Boom.
Boom.